Good morning. Today we're doing a floor session using the small Pilates ball. So we actually will use it for the entire sequence, and for some of it you could use a yoga block to just bring your attention to the movement. And for others, if you don't have the ball, then you can just do that same movement just without using the ball and just being on your back on the floor. So we're going to start with just a little roll down here. Hands are going to be in front. You're going to hold the ball or the yoga block, and we're going to inhale. On the exhale, I just want you to curve your spine a little bit. So we're not going all the way down. You're just going to exhale. Inhale. Lengthen, stay here. Exhale, pelvic floor in. We're going to roll all the way down, so we're going to inhale, and on the exhale, your knees are back, you can put your hands behind you. We're just going to roll down gently, pelvic floor in. Good. And let's place yourself on the floor, shoulder blades in, legs in line with your hips. And let's inhale here, and exhale, pelvic floor in. Excuse me. Let's inhale, exhale, pelvic floor in. Let's slide one heel up. Inhale, on the exhale, let's slide the other leg up. And here you're just going to place your hips so you're nice and comfortable. Reset your shoulder blades. Make sure you're not pressing in the back of your head with in the floor with the back of your head. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, you're going to lift one knee up, pelvic floor in. Inhale. On the exhale, let's lift the other knee up. We're going to place the ball between the knees. We're going to slightly squeeze it on the exhale. So we're on our back, nice and neutral. On the inhale, so just inhale. On the exhale, squeeze the ball with the legs, pelvic floor in. You're going to feel your glutes engage a little bit. Inhale, release. Exhale again, squeeze. Inhale, release. We're going to take our right hand, put it on our right knee. We're going to do the squeeze and the pressing against the leg at the same time on the exhale. So let's inhale. On the exhale, squeeze the ball, pelvic floor in. Press with your right hand against your right leg. Although nothing is moving, there's a lot happening inside. Inhale, release. Same thing with the left hand. Exhale, pelvic floor in. Squeeze the ball. Press with your hand. Inhale, release. Exhale, right hand. Inhale, release. Exhale, left hand. Don't forget to squeeze the ball. Inhale, release. We're going to do both hands at the same time. Exhale, pelvic floor in, squeeze the ball, press with your hands. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. And exhale, press. Inhale, release. Good. Let's bring the legs in a little bit. Relax, relax the hips. We're going to go into the 100. We're just going to keep the ball between the knees, adding a tiny bit of pressure together. If the pressure is too much, at any time when I offer to lift the head up, you can keep the head down. If I offer to straighten the legs and it's not working for you today, then keep the knees bent. So do the variation that works for your body today. Let's bring the legs back to that 90-degree angle. Little squeeze with the ball. Let's inhale for a count of 5. So you're going to stay here. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Pelvic floor in. So I'm going to ask you to count for yourself. Inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. Pelvic floor in. On the next exhale, if you want to, we're going to lift the head off the floor and lift the top of the shoulders. The bottom of my shoulder blades is still on the floor. I'm not looking at my belly button here. I'm looking at the ceiling past my knees. I'm going to stay here, adding that little squeeze with the ball. If holding up your head off the floor is not working for you today, bring it back down. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. I'm going to straighten up the legs a little bit more towards the ceiling. Again, if that's not working, keep the knees bent. On the next exhale, I'm going to lower the legs a little bit. Keep them up or bring them down to where that works for you today. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Think about that pelvic floor in when you're going for the exhale. Head is off the floor. If that doesn't work, you can put one hand underneath or bring your head down. It's almost over. Make sure you're breathing in for 5, out for 5. Good, and let's bring everything in. And relax your neck, your shoulders, relax your hips. Okay, we're going to bring the ball right underneath our sacrum here. So we're going to lift up the hips and I just roll it up. And you're going to place it just below your low back. And so here you want to have the weight of your body in your shoulder and not into your low back, into the back of your head. So place your shoulder blades in the little pockets, and you don't want your back to round up. So having the ball there means that I have to engage a little bit more here to keep my back in that neutral position and not push in the back of my head. I'm going to bring my legs closer together and heels a little closer. We're going to inhale and stay here on the exhale, pelvic floor in. Now if you're really uncomfortable here, you have a pinching in your low back, or you're feeling your neck all squished, or your head hurts, then take the ball away and you can do the same exercise fully on the floor. On your next exhale, you're going to lift your right knee up. Inhale down. Exhale, left knee up. Now your back is in that neutral position. Inhale down. Make sure it's not coming up here when you're doing that movement. Good. So your hands can be on the floor here. Just try not to use them too much by pressing into the floor. So you can also have them up here with your elbows off the floor so that you're really paying attention to all of those little core muscles for your balance. The next one, we're going to keep the leg up. So exhale, lift. Okay, next exhale, you're going to lift the other leg up. And so now we've got a little bit of imbalance going on. You're going to work a little bit more to hold it in place. We're going to stay here for a breath. So you're going to inhale. On the exhale, pelvic floor in. Good. So we're going to pick one leg. I'm going to inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to bring my right leg down. Inhale, right leg up, left leg down. Exhale, switch. So if that's not working for you today, then bring it back for both legs down and just lifting one knee at a time. So if you're really struggling with that balance and everything is moving all over the place, just bring both feet down. Don't give up on the ball. Good. Perfect. Last one. And just bring that foot down. And let's place your feet on the floor and press into your heel. And then lifting the hips, you can press, lift the heels up to create more space. Remove the ball. Then relax. Let's bring one knee in and then the other, and just give a little shift of your hips here to relax your back. We're going to place the ball. I'm going to grab it with my feet and I'm going to lengthen my legs and just push it out so that I'm going to have my the lower part of my leg on it. And then I'm going to put the other leg on. All right, so I've got both feet on the ball, both lower legs on the ball, I should say. My heels are kind of hanging off a little bit. You can point your feet, but without cramping your toes. And here you're going to place your shoulder blades in their little pockets. Slowly, I want you to inhale, and then on the exhale, you're going to press into the ball with both legs. Just feeling how that is. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. Now hands are going to be here. Let's press a little bit more and squeeze the glutes, lift the hips off the ground. Inhale, lower. So at any point, if the progression that I give is a little too much, go back to that first one. We're just pressing the legs. So exhale, pelvic floor in, press the legs into the ball, lift the hips up. Hands can be here, remember? Inhale down. So if it's going well here and you're feeling that you're pushing with your arms, then try having your hands here to prevent that from happening. Inhale down. Now making sure that you're pushing in the upper back and not in the back of your head as you're lifting. So the weight, so your bra strap a little bit higher, that is where you're pushing, not with the back of your head. Let's inhale, and the exhale, lifting up. Inhale down. And again, one more time. Exhale up. Inhale down. Good. Let's bring one knee up and then roll the ball up. We're going to place it between our feet. And you're going to replace your back in that neutral position. On the next exhale, bring your knees up, holding onto the ball. And just give me a little shift here. All right, we're going to straighten up the legs. Now, if your legs do not straighten because your hamstrings are a little tight, keep that little bend into your knees. So the ball is between my ankles. I'm going to straighten up my legs. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, I want to rotate the ball towards you. Inhale to center. Exhale, rotate. So there's a little movements in the hips happening. You're rotating with your legs. It's not a big movement. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to center. One more time. Good, let's bend the knees, grab the ball, and relax. All right, so we can have the knees bent here. Let's start here. Ball is up, and I'm just gonna push the ball up towards the ceiling, lifting the upper body. So we're gonna inhale. On the exhale, I want you to lift the head, lengthen your core. Now lift the neck, lift the upper shoulder, and reach a little further here. Inhale down. So I'm not going into a big crunch here. I'm going up and inhale down. That works for you. Straighten the legs. Exhale up. Inhaling down. Relax your shoulders, your neck. Exhale up. Inhaling down. And exhale up. Inhaling down. One more time. Exhale up. Pelvic floor in. Inhaling down. Good, let's bend the knees, relax your legs a little bit. So the next one can be done again with the knee bent and the ball pressing against the knee. We're gonna drop that knee to the side. So keeping your left knee in place, let's inhale. On the exhale, that right knee is dropping over. So you're opening up the hip here, keeping the ball on the knee. Inhale to center. Switch side. Exhale. You want your abs in, so pelvic floor is coming in because that knee wants to go off to that side or my body wants to go off this way, right? So you're going to keep your body in place, controlling it with all those abs. Good. So if that worked well for you, you're going to straighten up the legs. That's an option. Go back to the bent knee. I'm going to put the ball against the front of my leg here so that my arm is extended, but I'm not reaching up here. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to drop the leg. This leg is trying to stay in line with the ceiling. Inhale to center. Switch. Exhale. Drop the leg. I find it helpful if my right hand and my right leg are in line. That way I can really pay attention to the fact that it wants to go over and I can control it better. It's just bringing my focus to keeping that in line with the ceiling, and my eyes are on the ceiling, so if my hand starts going with my leg, I'm going to see it and I can really focus on it and control it better. Exhale, drop. So you're going to bring that leg to where you can without the body falling over. So it can be different for everybody. Some people can be here, other can be a little lower, and some people can go all the way to the ground. I'm not sure I can. And that's what I get on this side. The other side is a little bit trickier for me. Exhale out. We're going to do one more per side, and then we're going to give our legs a little break. Or the front of our legs, I should say. Because they're working pretty hard too. Last one. Good, and bend your knees and relax here. Perfect. So we're going to go back to a little bridge. So we did a full body bridge before where we had our legs extended. This time we're going to put our feet on the ball. I know it's a little bit trickier. So both feet are on the ball and you have your knees bent. And so here, as you put pressure on the ball, it's going to want to roll away. Worst happen is this just rolls away. Okay, so we're going to try and control it. And start again with just that little pressure and see how that feels. So we're already on the ground, so we can't fall very far. We're going to inhale on the exhale. I want you to press both feet equally into the ball. And I'm kind of wrapping the ball with my feet here. So I'm not squeezing with my toes, but I'm using my all of my feet to wrap the ball. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. Hands are going to be on each side. We're going to try and lift our hips off the ground this time. So we're going to exhale. Start by just pressing and then slowly remove the weight from your hips from the floor and lift and inhale, lower. Just testing it. See how that goes. So if you feel that it's going away, just bring your hips back down. And let's reset your feet. So you're going to feel that a lot more in your hamstring than the regular bridge. So I'm going to bring your focus back on that pelvic floor. Let's inhale. On the exhale, start with the pelvic floor in, press into the ball, and try to lift off the ground. Inhale, lower. Release, relax. Exhale, press into the ball, pelvic floor in, lifting off the floor to where you can for today. Inhale. Okay, let's bring the feet down next on each side and just relax here for a second. Inhale and exhale, release. All right, well, let's grab the ball again between our feet. And we're gonna try and put it on the top of our feet here. So that's a little thing that I really enjoy doing. So we just give it a try. And if you lose your ball, it's over after, so it's not a big deal. So we're going to bring the legs up and we're going to put the ball right here underneath your feet, and you're going to try and place it so it just fits perfectly on your feet. Now here, we're going to straighten up the legs as much as we can and holding the ball in place on top of your feet. Place your shoulder blades in the little pocket. Make sure you're not pushing in the back of your leg. You're going to feel the ball move a little bit, so try and just place it in the middle of your feet. Straighten up your legs. Okay, now if you've got it there, let's try to do a little rotation with the hips. So we're going to keep the ball in place. We're just going to rotate the hips to one side and back to center. Whoops. And so if you're losing the ball, that's okay. Just keep rotating with your hips and replace it. And let's inhale. On the exhale, rotate. Inhale to center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to center. Whether you have the ball or not, stay here. Let's inhale. On the next exhale, pelvic floor in. Good. And let's bend the knees, drop the ball. and relax. Let's take your right knee in, give me some little rotation here. So if you also have one of those big stability balls, holding the ball up there is a nice little exercise for your abs and for your legs. Good, let's do the other side. Just little shift. So your hips have worked a lot today. Same with the rest of your core. And let's take the right ankle on your left knee. Let's do a little opener here. So gently pressing into your leg and release. Grab the top of your right leg, gently bring that knee in. Little stretch in your right glute. Give me a little shift here. And let's switch side. Other side. So grabbing that ankle, putting it on your left knee and gently pressing it open. Good, release, grab the top of that leg, gently bring it in. And release. Perfect. So we're going to roll over to the side and come up into a sitting position. So today, I think that's the first I do a full sequence on your back on the floor, and I'm just going to create a couple of videos with different themes, 20-30 minute long, and we'll go with that. All right, so here you're going to just, without sinking into your core, you're just going to curve a little bit, relax, hands towards each side, lift them up behind you, little rotation sweeping forward, and bring it up and open. Good. Thank you for joining me for this short session today. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.